September 7th, 2022. Halfcast 345, episode 345. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Eliza Fletcher's suspected killer, Cleotha Henderson, served 20 years of a 24-year sentence. Here's why. Memphis murder suspect Cleotha Henderson, served roughly 20 years of a 24-year sentence in state prison after the May 2000 abduction and robbery of the attorney Kemper Duran, but he was never granted parole, according to authorities and court records. Right off in the beginning, this man is already known to have a history for abduction. Henderson's sentencing documents noted that the court ordered him to serve 100% of his 24-year sentence due to his violent criminal past under the Sentence Reform Act of 1989. His juvenile rap sheet already included 5 charges of aggravated assault, a rape charge after he turned 14, and a gunpoint kidnapping of Duran when he was 16. We're talking about well before the age of 18, accumulating a rap sheet that most people would consider that of a career criminal. Not your juvenile purse snatching or shoplifting, something people would consider him just going through a knucklehead phase. He made an early decision that he likes to hurt people and he wants to hurt people. The 5 aggravated assault charges came between September 1997 and October 1999. He had 7 theft cases between 1995 and 1999, plus additional charges of evading arrest and trespassing. He was first incarcerated as a juvenile in 1997 after his 4th offense. That's a lot of charges, and it took them all that time for them to realize, after all the chances that they've given him, that he is a problem, he wants to be a problem, and he's become a problem. At 38, Henderson has spent more than half of his life in a Tennessee prison. If he had not been released early, he would have been behind bars on the day police allege he abducted and killed a Memphis mother of 2 named Eliza Fletcher as she ran her morning jogging routine. The suspect did not receive a parole hearing, and the Tennessee Board of Parole on Wednesday distanced itself from earlier remarks made by Memphis's top prosecutor, which it deems untrue and defamatory. Earlier today, Shelby County District Attorney General Steve Mulroy falsely stated in a national TV interview that Cleotha Abston Henderson, the suspected kidnapper of slain Memphis schoolteacher Eliza Mitchell, had been paroled. The Tennessee Board of Parole said in a statement, "This is completely erroneous and defamatory statement." Let's not forget, this man was sentenced to do 100% of his 24-year sentence, so parole shouldn't really be in this conversation if you're looking for someone to point the finger at. Mulroy has been on the job for just over a week. You haven't even got a chance to get your name on the door yet, and you're already dropping the ball. That's not a good look. In an alleged misstatement, he characterized Henderson's early release as parole. Parole made sure they push back and let it be known that that's not them. That's not them at all. Our office opposed parole in this case, and I think appropriately so, given his extensive record of violent crimes before the conviction for the kidnapping. He said he was not in office at the time of Henderson's release. His office did not immediately respond to a request for comment from Fox News Digital, but posted a retraction to Twitter. "I regret the error," he wrote. Eaton Crow, the parole board, issued a lengthy statement dispelling any connection between its process and Henderson's release. The board did not have any involvement in Mr. Henderson's release, as he was not parole eligible due to his sentence structure. He was supposed to do 100% of his sentence, all 24 years, which is determined by the courts who apply the laws established by the state legislature, the board's communication director, Dustin Krugel, said. Henderson never had a parole hearing and was ineligible for one, according to court documents obtained by Fox News Digital. The parole board has contacted the Shelby County District Attorney General office and demanded for an immediate retraction, Krugel said. Henderson was given a 512-day credit for time served, court documents show, and then likely saw some additional time shaved off with other credit incentives, authorities said on background. One thing that stood out to me is if someone is sentenced to do 100% of their time, they should not be able to skirt that with incentives. It should be negotiable only under an appeal. Given this man's record, given this man's violent criminal record, how do you release him without some sort of supervision? The only thing left for him to scratch off of his bucket list was murder. The Department of Correction did not respond to multiple requests for comment or email questions about specific details that led to Henderson's release. Nobody wants to touch that. According to the state's website, early sentence reduction credits are earned by demonstrating acceptable behavior and participating in work or educational programming. Depending on how long an inmate has been incarcerated, they can be earned at a rate of several days per month. They can be docked for bad behavior. Public safety is always the board's number one consideration when any parole eligible offender is being considered for release for supervision in the community by TDOC, Krugel added. The defendant asked the judge in court Wednesday morning to use his paternal surname in future court proceedings. Next up, alleged police impersonator arrested after pulling over real cop. I'm a police officer too. Who's your captain? Winslow. Captain Carl Winslow. An alleged police impersonator targeted the wrong victim in Colorado on Saturday. Adams County Deputy Gilbert Abdullah was driving in his personal car to an off-duty assignment when he spotted the suspicious driver on Interstate 76, according to local news outlets. The suspect was in a Dodge Durango, which suddenly drove up close to the back of Abdullah's truck. He said he noticed a strip of LED lights in the car's windshield. I don't think it's illegal to have LED lights on your vehicle, but you can't have anything that resembles law enforcement or emergency services flashers. At one point, he was so close to me, it looked odd. It all looks odd. Someone taped a bunch of Christmas bulbs to their vehicle and is just riding around playing police. So I reached over and grabbed my police radio and turned it on, Abdullah said to KCNC TV. Sure enough, the red and blue lights came on behind me. The deputy said he allowed the suspect vehicle to pass and radioed dispatch for the Brighton Police Department, which confirmed that no officer was attempting to pull him over. These are assholes who are using these lights to bully people on the road, pass them in traffic, and probably blow past red lights whenever they think they have to. Abdullah continued to follow the suspect. He watched the driver try to pull over another car before antagonizing the deputy again, slamming on his brakes and brake checking Abdullah. This man didn't have anything better to do. Wasn't Saturday $3 movie night? He could have watched Spider-Man 5 times for $15. Instead, he wanted to dick around on the road. The car finally pulled over and Abdullah followed. The man who got out of the Durango, now identified as Jose Flores Ortiz, was wearing a security shirt and carrying a silver badge. Why would he be carrying the badge? He only realized his mistake when Abdullah identified himself. I immediately pictured someone wearing a security shirt, but he also has on like gym shorts or sweatpants because he's not expecting to get out of the car. He's expecting everyone's going to take him for face value. The deputy detained Ortiz until Brighton police arrived. In the suspect's car, officers found weapons and open containers of alcohol. They arrested Ortiz for impersonating a police officer, driving under the influence of alcohol, and prohibited use of a weapon, among other charges. If you believe you are being pulled over by a potential police impersonator, you should put on your flashers, drive the speed limit, and call 911, according to safety tips from the Colorado State University Police Department. Then ask the 911 dispatcher to verify if the car is a law enforcement officer. Next up, Georgia Deputy Police Chief busted in prostitution sting with $180 pack of White Claw. What a sad, sad notch in law enforcement's belt. The Georgia deputy police chief arrested in Florida for soliciting prostitution was caught in an undercover sting and had offered White Claw as part of the payment for sexual activity. No. There cannot be a prostitute in there worth getting locked up for if she's taking White Claw as a payment for sex. What, no Johnny Walker? No Casamigos? What type of establishment do you think we run in here? Cartersville Deputy Police Chief Jason DePrima was arrested Thursday in Polk County, Florida for soliciting a prostitute. He was booked into the Polk County Jail but released after paying a $500 bond, which is significantly more than what you offered that prostitute. DePrima was in Orlando attending a polygraph training workshop when he responded to an online escort advertisement. Oh no, but the advertisement was part of the Polk County Sheriff's Department week-long undercover operation designed to identify people involved in human trafficking and arrest those who procure and engage in prostitution. You would expect a cop to at least be skeptical, but he just made this a complete layup for them. He initiated a conversation with an undercover detective the day before his arrest. Are you available tonight? I'd like to come see you. What is your rate? He asked in a text message. Just a complete layup, just a gimme. DePrima agreed to meet for sex, according to authorities, but said he got spooked and asked to meet the following evening. On Thursday, he agreed to pay $120 for a half hour of full service, the sheriff's office said. He showed up at an undisclosed location in an undercover police cruiser normally assigned to U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration agents and gave the detective $180 and a multi-pack of White Claw hard seltzer. So this is what you're doing when we send you down here to these workshops? You're shagging prostitutes in our police cruisers and paying them with the money we gave you to eat while you were down there? What are you thinking? Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd said at a press conference Tuesday. You just want to go, come on, man. Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains? Just talking shit. Before the arrest, DePrima had told the detective he had spoken with another prostitute online the previous night who told him to put $200 on a Cash App card and snap a photo of it. Once he did, the escort took the information on the card and stole the money. Just pent up frustration. The guy's a cop and he was conned by a prostitute, Judge said. Just the mounting pent up frustration of not even being able to pay. The Cartersville Police Department said DePrima has been placed on administrative leave pending an internal investigation. He has been with the department since 1996. You would think he would be trying to serve as an example to the younger officers, and he has seen this type of thing before and has served as a deputy police chief since 2015. He is also a graduate of the FBI Academy. Wow. If all else fails, he can write a book, How to Ruin Your Career in 3 Easy Steps, Judge said. Fun show. Fun show. Fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.